Hello, dear aspirants. Welcome to our YouTube channel, BHU Online Law Schools. And today we are going to discuss salient features of Indian Constitution. Salient features of Indian Constitution we can easily absorb or we can easily peruse from the itself preamble of the Constitution. Our preamble of our Constitution is starts from the word we the people of India, meaning thereby we can say that the Constitution got its authority from we the people of India, and we can say it also that who is the source? Source is the we the people of India, and it is a salient feature of Indian Constitution that the Indian Constitution got its authority from the people of India itself. Now the further preamble says we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. The five key word used here, first one is sovereign, second one is socialist, third one is secular, democratic, republic. These five word is also a salient features of Indian Constitution because it describe the nation, the form of nation. We the people of India is going to form a nation which would be that sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Then further, the preamble of Constitution of India promise to provide to the every citizen justice, liberty, equality, and it also ensures the fraternity among the citizens of India. If we see the preamble, when we say the justice, it is an elaborate concept and very precisely it is enumerated in our preamble that justice of three kinds: social justice, economic justice, and political justice. And in the same manner, it also defines liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of not only the status but of opportunity also. If we further move on the history, that how the government of India at 1999, 19 and 1935 has very significant now if we see that the about 300 million people are unite to form this constitution, it is a very Herculean task, and also it is a very comprehensive documents which not only laid down the basic principle how the country will govern, but also trying to establish all those institutions through by way of constitution, so that the ethos of the constitutionalism should prevail all over the time accordance with the circumstances of the nation. It is a very unique type of constitution that the preamble of the constitution itself is a goal setter. It set the goal that how which type of nation we are going to build, and further it also set a goal for the larger perspective that whoever may be the citizen, but if it is a citizen of India, he will have the equality among the status and also of the opportunity. The citizen of India shall have the liberty, and all are protected also under the fundamental rights. A very significant amendment has been taken place and it adds the word secular. We are not going to interpret what the word secular mean in the Indian context, because as we know, the what the Indian secularism is a sarvodam dharm sambhav, but in a contemporary word of postmodernism, even this definition is not absolutely true. What the word secular represent, it should be understand that it talks about the secular, it talks about the Christian secularism, Christian state secularism. When we go back in the history, then we find that there was a time when the church has played a major administrative role, even what the role today state has, or what the power state has, what the authority state has in the present contemporary society. At that time, that authority was held by the church. And therefore, the concept of secular, the word secular, represent that thought that religion should not interfere in any manner in the functioning of state. Then further, Indian secularism is different, and Constitution of India permits that state would and state may do some work or may pass some law which would be beneficial for the upliftment of any minority, whether it is on the basis of language, whether it is basis of religion, whether it is basis of gender, whether it is basis of, you can say, locality, the geographical areas where you live. As India is a secular country, further India is also a republic and democratic country. Here, republic mean that the head of the state is not being selected on the basis of its hereditary or on basis of its lineage. As we see in England that there is a head of state, even in present time there is queen who is namesake head of the state, but that symbolism matters. So England is a being a democratic country, not a republic country like America, United States of America, or India, or some other country. Form of constitution. We have to understand that the administration, it is a very Herculean task, and no society was ever being in the state where no administrator is there. In every society, in every time, there is something to which we can say that is law. And therefore, the administration is also evolved from time to time. And in this manner, when we say that the Indian constitution is a federal constitution, in which, as we as we know, that article 1 clearly expressed that the union, India, that is Bharat, shall be is a union of states, meaning thereby constitution is demarcating the territorial India into states. And further, constitution provides some power or some subject matters over which state has exclusive power or authority or a domain to make laws, and constitution barred union to make law on that particular subject. Further, when we see the distribution of power, we will find that how the tax mechanism works in the nation. There is distribution of power, not only the executive and judiciary, but also the legislature and executive. Supremacy of constitution is there. Constitution makes sure through its article that every order passed by honorable Supreme Court or High Court is binding on every authority. It is a written constitution. It is a bulky constitution. It describes not functioning remuneration not only of the president or a prime minister, but even judges of the Supreme Court, even the judges of high courts. Even it protects the public servants at administration level, police level. It also provides various articles only for the distribution of power, even from state to panchayat. It is rigid constitution. Doing amendment in this constitution is a very tough but not impossible. It is a flexible type of constitution which provide various mechanism to amend the constitution. It provides the mechanism by amendment in the constitution by simple majority. But where there is a stake involves of several states, then it impose condition that the rectification from state is also required. And there whatever the major provisions relating to fundamental rights or from the protection of constitutional posts, the person who is holding that type of changes is only done by the 2/3 of the majority passed by the Lok Sabha. In this manner, somewhere constitution is very flexible when we talk about on the basis of its its uh, its sensitivity or are prone to any amendment. Authority of courts is there. When there is any dispute or there is a dilemma regarding the functioning or interpretation of any institute, any law, then court has authority to deal with. Form of government: union government, state government, union territory government. It provides also the fundamental rights, affirmative action. It also provides directive principles of state's policy, how the state will run, even with the limited resources. Interestingly, there is a judicial review, concept of judicial review. Whatever the law is passed by the parliament or a state assembly, that can be tested on the basis of whether it is not in the violation of fundamental rights. And in the some cases where the law is make for and put into the ninth schedule, then it would be tested on the basis of basic structure doctrine. So judicial review is there, sometimes judicial activism is there, rule of law. Rule of law is there through Article 14, protection to personal liberty, Article 20, Article 21. There is election, Independent Election Commission, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Public Service Commission. There is Commission on State Languages. So the Constitution, in a very artistic manner, provides and touch every corner of the India and the needs of the people. It also makes sure when there is a question of interpretation of the law, then the supremacy of the constitution is always prevail. For today, it is we are holding now, and in the next session we will meet and complete the further topics from Article 1. Thank you.